peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Now where you at? Where you at?
I gotta be careful having the mic too close, because before it was like, you could hear me breathing.
You're
Breathing
doing
like
your,
crazy.
what do you call that again? You had that COPD breathing up on there?
Welcome to another episode of George
What's
Directs Coffee.
up?
Maybe changing it to Just Drink Coffee. It's your host, Crumb and Ickes.
Ickes all day.
Yeah. Shoot. Whew.
Do you like saying,
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to throw you off from the beginning of this.
No, because we have
Why do
other
you
footage.
say, why do you say so many times?
It's just like my thought.
There you go.
I'm registering.
You're registering what, like to vote? They don't do that with illegals like you anymore. They're passing bills against that.
I don't vote. I'm part of the problem.
Oh, man, you're part of the solution, bro.
I know.
If the system is corrupt, you don't need to vote for a corrupt system. Just saying.
Oh, man.
Got real conspiratorial.
Yeah,
already.
real quick.
Speaking of which, Biden's laptop.
Oh, I was. Yeah.
Speaking of conspiracies, Biden's
man.
laptop's a real thing. You're gonna, do you get like monetized for this?
No, I don't get monetized
It's
at
gonna
all.
get demonetized, son.
I'm not doing this for money. I came to a realization the other day.
You do the things you do because they make you happy. If you do them for money, they no longer make you happy. They become a job. Some people are happy with their jobs.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't chasing it to begin with, but like, I found myself like, because recently, my birthday passed, so I went to the float tank.
I would have never guessed.
I know, right? I went to the float tank and I don't know, just in doing some thinking that those couple days, I was like, let me, and it wasn't even for like validation. I think I felt like it was more of a chore to film, like people were expecting it, and now I'm just, when I took that out of the way, like out of the equation, and just said put whatever I want up and film to make myself happy.
Yeah.
It like, I don't know, like the formula worked. Like
Yeah.
I stopped thinking that way, and it just, everything just kind of like, I made these 2 little videos on how to make like different drinks.
Yeah.
And like it just like shot up like more than any other videos that I had. Like,
Okay.
and not that I'm chasing it, but like it gave me like, oh yeah, see, like when you're not doing this for like this is gonna.
You're not forcing it.
Yeah. I'm just rolling with the like punches.
You're not trying to beat a river into submission, bro. You're supposed to go with the flow, man.
Yeah. What's good with you, bro?
Life, bro. I wake up, blessed to wake up every day. 10 toes, 10 fingers, eyes that work, heart that works, lungs that work. I'm chilling.
That's good.
I'm chilling. Chilling.
Hot. Since I've been moving around a lot and I'm chibby.
Just came from work.
I know.
Trying to bring you some COVID particles.
I know. I'm gonna have to Lysol that couch.
It'd be all right.
But let's we talked about it briefly, but I wanted to bring it up.
What?
Batman.
I don't want to talk about it. Go for it. What do you want to know? I'm the expert on Batman.
You are.
No, I'm not.
What did you think about it as far as like, does the Christian Bale still hold the number 1 ranking?
I think so. I think that he was allowed to act more as Batman, but he's done, 3 movies as Batman? This dude, Robert Patterson, whatever his name is, who cares?
Yeah.
He did 1 so far, and it almost seemed like they didn't want to let him talk too much. Like they were worried about it. He's good at sulking. That's why he plays the characters that he normally plays. So I feel like that was right up his alley for the type of Batman they're trying to depict him as, like that.
Yeah.
Gritty. He's learning to be Batman.
Yeah. Well, see, like, so I thought it was dope. I like the grittiness of it. Somebody made a point though, like,
Who's the somebody?
just some random. I heard him like they said this like it was like a YouTube video, and he was like with Christian Bale. He was more of like he was smart, like it just showed more of a detective side on the Batman
Yeah.
than in the Dark Night trilogy, like they just showed him like a smart guy, like he's just part of this business, and like I was like they took away that whole like playboy like look towards it, and made him kind of like a spoiled brat, like because he was talking mad shit to Alfred the whole time.
I wish he had a better role. Not a better role, a longer role.
Yeah.
Like, he was included a little bit more into that one.
Yeah. I hope that when the next one comes out, like, I think it was a dope movie.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, I was okay. Somebody complained that it was too long, and I'm like, I enjoyed every moment of it. Like,
I'm a fan of movies that are like 2.5 hours, 3 hours long. It feels like more of an experience, especially if you go to the movie theaters for it. Like, I know a lot of people don't like going to theaters now, but I enjoy it, dude. I get the same seats every time. Yeah. It's the dead center. Nobody's around. Watch a movie on a big screen. That's cool, man.
My thing with the Batman like series is not one bullet grazes his chin.
I mean,
okay, so hold on. So remember how in Equilibrium, which is a Christian Bale movie, he does that gun fu, and there's that one scene that they're pretty like. I wonder if
it's an homage to it. It seemed like it. Yeah,
when he comes on the elevator.
Yeah.
They had some machine guns and they're going off, and I'm like, now one hits his face, bro.
Bro, it's Batman mixed with the Matrix. Batman's face is impervious to bullets, bro.
I'll tell you what though, that Matrix movie, I was not happy about it.
Really?
I did not like it.
Somebody cut this dude's mic
off. You know that I've always been a fan.
Well, what were you expecting? Everybody was like, it was revolutionary when it came out. They had never done a movie like that.
I think the storyline just.
What was wrong with the storyline? What changed from the storyline from the beginning of Matrix, from Matrix 1 to this one? What was different?
You know what is the beginning?
What's the beginning?
The whole dragging of like that he's inside the simulation, inside his own game. Like,
they had to lay it on a little thick for you, bro. To get you questioning, what's going on? What is this? Is he in the Matrix? Yeah. Is he the one controlling the Matrix? Is he the one coding the Matrix? No, you never know. Nobody knew what happened to him after that. They had to like egg you on a little bit. Get you hooked in, invested. Yeah. You didn't like Simulate, bro? You know you like that. You're a coffee buff. You love Simulate.
I did like that. All right. I don't know. Maybe because the first time I watched the first half, it was just more of like...
It's because you were doing slow blinks. You were falling asleep. Both times you watched it. Yo, you gotta watch it.
Because you're like, all right, the first time I was really tired. The second time you're like, it's like midnight. You're like, yo, what are you doing? You want to watch him flick? I was like, yeah, all right. You show up at like 12:30, 12:45, and I'm like, right
Aren't you a creature of the night, bro?
Yo, but you know what? It's been catching up to me.
There you go. That's what happens when you turn 40, bro. That's what happens when you hit that 4-0.
I'm 37, bro.
Yeah.
You're the one closing in on 40.
Happily, bro. That means I've survived this many years. When I'm 80, I'm going to say the same thing. I don't be lying about my age.
I'm not lying about my age. I was born in 85, bro.
Yeah, sure you were, bro.
See how that 85 just rolled off the tongue? There was no like guessing.
No guessing.
Yeah.
There we go with the Do you think about that before you say
No, you know what it is? I'm like no,
Are you chanting?
Yeah.
Are you trying? Oh, okay. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're trying to get your vibrations right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get everybody, to be on the same frequency.
Okay. So it's kind of hard to do, though.
When everybody's listening to this, take a moment. Everybody. No,
stop saying
This is the episode. No, you know what it is? I have like stuff is firing, and I don't know which one to like grab out of the.
So
hey, let's talk about. No, hold on. Let's talk about.
For a second.
I got you though.
Yeah. Okay. What you got me with, bro?
Soul. Let's talk about Soul.
Like
the movie.
You got soul like that.
Let your soul glow. Let's talk about that movie.
was a good
Right?
movie. Yeah, it's funny because of the stuff that I didn't realize where you were going with what you were saying to me about. Yeah, you have to watch this. You have to watch this. When I would have a conversation with you, you'd listen to the things that I was saying, and your response is, "Yo, you gotta watch Soul." I'm like, why is this dude talking to me about cartoons when I'm trying to have a dense conversation with him
But
about some like?
do you see how like deep
made,
it was?
Yeah, it made a lot. For me, it made a lot of sense. As soon as I started watching that movie, the first thing I noticed about it was the little girl that was in the classroom. I don't know if she was playing a trumpet or I think it was a trumpet, not a saxophone. She was playing a trumpet.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're a kid and you're able to play an instrument like that, you got there's some baggage behind.
Yeah.
Like when you listen to a musician play a instrument and they play it with soul, like there's something in them. There's something a little bit. Anybody could pick up a guitar, a saxophone, a clarinet, whatever the case may be, but you can always tell when a person plays like Jimi Hendrix. There's something behind that that's extra, like something.
They make it like cry.
Yeah.
They make it cry, like in that, like
they influence you through, I guess, their experience. Whatever makes them play that way, that it factor that they have, something else. But that little girl was the first thing I noticed, and that was the very beginning of it.
Yeah,
this dude's trying to talk to the class, trying to get them to play instruments like in sync, and she's the only one that kind of got it. And from that moment on, I was like, wait a minute, I kind of related to her. Because she just went off on her own and started, you know me. I space out. She just starts, she zoned out. She was in the zone. She was flowing or whatever. And he was trying to explain to people, like, there's nothing weird about that. She was just,
it's in the moment, right? Like,
yeah, she was in the moment.
You know, and it's crazy because, like, to me, I like, when I watched that movie, it hit on so many levels, bro. Like, where, like, just him going into heaven and, like.
Was he in heaven?
Or wherever he was at. I'm just saying, or wherever he was at, right? Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Like, it just, and then like, the beings, like, to me, that was, like, dope. Like,
the beings.
It's like the beings, I'm nasally right now.
Beings?
B-E-I-N, yeah, like human being. Yeah,
okay, I got you. I thought you meant beans, because they were really little. I was like, what? Could have been a bean.
My favorite character was that guy, the one that was flipping the sign.
Oh, okay.
He was like the captain of the ship, or like where the lost souls go.
He reminded me of the rooster from, was it Surf's Up?
No.
No,
I know.
Surf's Up, the crazy little chicken.
Surf's Up, yeah.
There was a crazy chicken and a rooster. He reminded me of him.
Yeah, that's another good movie if you really like.
That movie makes me sad.
Yeah,
bro.
it's like, but it's about like not living in other people's shadows, like taking responsibility for your own.
It's a sad movie, though.
Those movies be hitting, bro.
Some of them do.
Yeah, but they're like,
others are just, I don't know. They kind of fall flat. But Soul was a good movie. It was a really good movie. It touched on a lot of things that most people don't think about when you think about like the afterlife or what happened before you got here. Like, this is something that I've had a conversation with you a lot about. Like when I had that conversation with my mom and I told her, I was worried about dying. So what are you worried about dying for? What do you think you were before you were born?
Yeah.
And when she said that to me, I was like, wait a minute. So I have experienced this before. I didn't exist at one point. Now I exist. And when I die, I'll just transition back to that. That moment right then and there, bro, that's when I was like, there really is nothing to worry about from that point on. I guess that's kind of what what made me a little bit more reckless, because I'd never really like worried about the outcome of things. So how many times do you die, bro? Just, you can only really die once. Like, that's it.
Yeah, I think so. Then let's go about like this is a perfect segue. Even though I'm exhausted by everybody talking about this, but I wanted to make a point. So. The slap heard around the world, right? I don't want to talk about the slap. I don't want to talk about the slap. But check this out, right? I'm taking this a different direction. I don't want to talk about the slap.
Go for it.
Chris Rock's tour right now. Do you know the name of it?
No.
So this is before the slap happened. He just set out a tour, and now it's sold out. It's called Ego Death, right? So,
and
like, there's like a clip of him like, I don't know what happened over the weekend. Like, I'm still processing it. But I think it's like, I came to the realization, like, he put someone on a grand stage, right? Like just the world stage, everybody watching them. They put out a tour named the Ego Death Tour. You don't think the universe is gonna humble you in some way? Maybe there's something inside of him that felt like he was greater than what he is.
Do you think that's the direction he was going? If it's called Ego Death.
No, but I'm saying like Ego Death, so he's probably like in that process of like, or like, you know, just like realizing like, I gotta be humble, I made it this far. And he's always stayed there, he's always gonna be classy on stage, and he did, right?
Yeah.
He didn't go and fight back or whatever, right? I'm not going into the SNL, the slap situation. He named his tour the Ego Death, right? So I'm thinking in the sense of like, it was something he probably put in the universe. He put himself, like, I'm going to name this the Ego Death Tour.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just something he was just going through in the sense of like finding some sort of peace within himself. Or maybe he did find some peace in himself.
Maybe he was taking himself too seriously. He named it that because he's on a journey to discover like the meaning behind himself.
Yeah. And then,
I get it.
So you need to think like maybe the universe kind of just to kind of see like how humble are you?
Think of it. That's 100% possible. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
If I'll entertain the idea of the slap, think of if he came up with the name Ego Death beforehand, whatever the case may be. Whose ego played a role in that situation? Whose ego was hurt? Whose pride was hurt?
Oh yeah,
it wasn't his wife's. Like remember what I said a few episodes back? If somebody says something to you and you're that easily offended by what somebody says, that's a direct reflection of you.
I agree.
Whatever he said, he's a stand-up comedian. Last time I checked, Will Smith is a comedian as well.
Well, he's somewhat
of a comedian.
Yeah, he didn't do stand-up, but he's an actor though.
Yeah.
But and here's the thing, comedians. That's what it's what you expect. You have to watch Akash from Flagrant 2. Akash sings crowd work, and I'm gonna show it to you after this because it's perfect. But
hold up,
go ahead.
Hold up. It's one thing for him. Like I feel like he picked the person he could do that with.
Yeah.
Like he saw him and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna pimp slap him. Let him have done something like that. You think he would have slapped a Joe Rogan in the face? And got triangled on stage?
Yeah.
You think he would have smacked Eddie Bravo like that on stage? They're both comedians. They could have both said something similar. And what's distasteful about that? Like, how does he know what medical condition she has?
I know.
It was just a joke.
So that's always been
but he's that sensitive to it? He should have gotten punched in the face for that, but whatever.
So, like, to move past it, like, I just think Jada's just been a toxic person in general. Like she's just from like if you watch her, like she's just like Will. If you're watching this, let go. But like my thing is like, it was a stupid move, and we're done with this conversation because it's over. Was it bread and circuses? Yeah,
give them bread and circus.
Yeah, to me, I was like, damn, like people won't shut up about this shit.
Isn't it odd that at the same time that happened, there's other more important things happening in the world, yet everybody's doing a review. Everybody's doing like, I don't like fueling those flames. Like, I don't care if he slapped me, then I'd care. He didn't slap me. It's on TV. It's on an award show that I've never watched those. Like, you guys are getting. You have a talent, no doubt. You have a talent, but you're getting awards for pretending to be other people. Good for you.
That's what I'm saying. Like
good for you. Like, I don't celebrate things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't want
a person's real character, not somebody that they play for a TV show or a movie or something like that.
Yeah. No, I just to move past. I didn't want to like bring up the whole thing. I just thought it was interesting that he named the tour Ego Death. And then I'm just looking at you like as if you're like into like the idea
Boomerang
of the universe.
Coming back from the universe, like okay.
Because you could be on the outside.
Speaking of which, what back?
Yeah, let's see how much of an ego you got at the moment. Like, are you gonna be, like
he took it. He took it like a champ.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad because he had like, in that sense, like he was just kind of like looking around, like I don't know what to do right now. Like, but Yeah, I mean, I just find it interesting that the tour is called Eagle
I don't
Death.
feel bad. He's a grown man. He made his decision. He made his joke, trying to be a comedian that he is.
Yeah.
Somebody took it a little too personal.
It wasn't even that serious.
Think about if that was somebody else. Think about if we lived in a different environment that we live in now. If somebody else did something like that, what would be the ramifications or repercussions from doing that? Everybody's celebrating that this dude came up and pimp slapped somebody on TV.
Dumb.
Like, you pimp slap somebody like that in the street. See what happens to you. Like,
yeah, shoot the fair one, bro. Like,
that's
like,
silly, man. That's silly.
Like I said, it was more of just a tour thing, but yeah, moving on. So,
he was teasing me.
Have you watched anything else? Is new?
What do you mean?
Or just any new stuff? Like before we started this, we were talking about American Psycho, but I don't know. Just with that movie, I was kind of like,
bro, I'm telling you, you gotta watch that TV series C.
Oh yeah. You
have to watch.
That's the one with Jason Momoa.
Yeah, that's a good series. It's a really good series.
No, I'll watch it.
Like the dialogue's good, the acting's good, the cast is good, but if you sit back, you don't necessarily have to just watch them.
Yeah.
Watch how they you could put it on mute and watch how they interact with each other. You could learn a lot about human behavior just by watching
the cat, like
yeah, it's very interesting.
I got a question for you, and this is brought to you by
Pfizer.
Pfizer.
By Pfizer.
Shout out to Jonathan because he asked me this question 2 nights ago, and we were talking about it. Like, who do you think writes better dialogue, Christopher Nolan or Tarantino?
I can't say one's better than the other. They both have their different styles.
Yes, yeah, that's what I told them. Like, each one has
for each other. Yeah.
I was like, where Christopher Nolan, you have more of like a smart dialogue, where with Tarantino, you have like a street dialogue, very like. It's not bro, like it's more like it's smart in its own way, but it's like street talk, like.
And you like Tarantino's films. He doesn't seem to give a crap what anybody. He's gonna put out what he wants to put out.
Yes.
Now what he thinks is accepted. His idea, what comes to mind, is what he's gonna deliver to the masses.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be, but this group of people is gonna be offended.
He don't care. Like, so Tarantino's always been like one of my favorites, but Chris Nolan I've been a fan like since Blockbuster, since I used to work at Blockbuster. You know, so
I used to do donuts in the parking
in the
lot with
Toyota.
Dad's car.
Yo, this is yo, I gotta do something. Oh, sorry, I'll bleep it out. What was it? Mark, I don't have the time. Like, 23 minutes. No, this is what Koosh asked me one time when we were when I was working at Blockbuster. Yo, let me see your dad's car real quick. I was like, yo, don't do anything dumb, please, because it's not my car. I turn around to help a customer, and I look out the window, and I just see me
doing donuts in the parking lot.
Oh, man.
Everybody needs a friend like me and a friend like you, bro.
Yeah.
They need that.
Remember when your Integra sucked up the
sock?
Was it a sock or a handkerchief?
No, it was a handkerchief. It came with a sock. I switched the sock. I was like, a handkerchief. That's woven a little tighter. That might help keep more particles out of my intake manifold. That's stupidity, bro. That's child's mentality.
Instead of buying a filter.
Yeah, I just put
a handkerchief with a clamp on it.
It got sucked in and it locked the throttle open, so I couldn't shut it off. I took the key out of it. Nothing. The car kept on just driving.
You said that it was going around in circles in the parking lot, right? So you called me. It takes like 15, 20 minutes to get to the mall from my house.
That was hilarious, bro. I had to crash it to stop it.
Yeah, into a snowbank. I came over there. You were like, bro, this thing.
And it all started because this kid pulled up next to me in a 93 Integra.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, what's up? Let's go. All right, let's go. We both take off, and then I just hear Michael, ah! I'm like, what was that? I'm trying to switch gears. I'm like slamming him into gears, and it just keeps going up. It keeps just redlining. I'm like, this isn't good. and that turn came. The dude's face, he looked panicked for me. I turn, he goes straight going up towards Nyack. And there was that little like construction area that they had. Luckily it was open, because if not, I don't know where I was going to go. Like I would have had to keep going on that ramp and end up trying to merge into other traffic. Like
that's
back
wild,
up 9W.
Yo,
that was nuts.
What is it called? That's like
the tales of the green integra.
Yeah, man. We had some
Tales
good times
of the teal integra. Yeah. Just come up with a little series about our car escapades. We did a lot of dumb but fun stuff in cars.
Yeah. Yeah. You were the one who showed me how to drive stick.
I showed Chuck. Shout out to Chuck. You burned my clutch, bro.
Well,
then me and Manny had to tow it back. When me and Manny were towing it back with his Integra, we wrapped a rope around it. He was taking off. His hood opened up, slammed on his window.
Were you guys coming back from 304?
Right by like where you get to Jersey.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a store called Annie Says on the corner there, right before the gas station. It was right on the border of Jersey and New York or whatever. But I was teaching him how to drive there, and the car just starts making this funky noise. Obviously, when we ended up picking the car up, pulling off the transmission, the clutch was broken. There was broken pieces of it just spinning around in there, bro.
Yo,
he destroyed that.
This is the first time I got into your Civic. I was like, I don't know how to drive stick, and you're like, yo, just let go of the clutch, and then it was just like, you know, that jerking motion.
This dude was doing the Harlem shaking.
We set the car like this. So then he's like, all right, I know how you're gonna do this. And you opened up the door and you close the door slightly at your leg, and you're like, yo, if you do it again, the door's gonna slam on my leg. And I'm like, yo, get out of the car, bro.
That's how you teach somebody.
Oh man,
you gotta take it to the extreme. How'd you learn how to swim?
By almost drowning.
Thrown in water. No. Oh, let's bring you to whale's tails. Get floaties. What floaties?
Yo,
Did cavemen have floaties? Did anybody learn with floaties?
So I remember we used
crutches,
to go to
man. Crutches for people.
We used to go to Rockland Lake a lot when we were younger. Excuse me, coffee's not strong enough. We used to go to Rockland Lake when we were younger, before we started going to the bowl line, and my dad's like, "You want to swim? I'm gonna be over there with my brothers in the deep end," and it was just like him and two of my uncles, right? Because you know how like there used to be like the picnic spot, like everybody used to go, right? So my dad's like, jump in, I got you. I jumped in, I come out of the water, he's gone. And I'm like struggling to stay up.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know how I managed to get out of there. But like it was one of those things, like you sink or swim, bro.
It's effort, bro. You realize that your fear for certain things is irrational. It's really irrational. Like people are afraid of things they don't understand or haven't experienced.
Yeah.
You were worried about drowning because you didn't know how to swim. Maybe I'm gonna drown. Maybe you're not. Why think negative? Why not just go in with a positive outlook? Like, nah, it's just water. I take a shower. I take a bath. This is a big bath. That's all it is.
I can swim, but I'm not a strong swimmer. Like that's something I to get better at.
I love swimming, bro.
I like being in the water. I'm just not a good swimmer like that.
I love swimming. It's just like being in the water, though.
It's like when I go to Santa Monica to surf, in the little times that I did like try to surf, once that water like knocks you off the board, I've learned to like just calmly like just like wait for that tug.
Yeah.
But like you can't always trust that tug on the board either. Like, because the strap comes off.
You're talking about when
you like going like when it knocks you
in
off,
the water and
the board goes up.
The board is up.
Yeah. I've learned to like not freak out.
I feel like there's only one direction you can. Well, there's several directions you can go when you're underwater, but when you're tumbling around in there, do you ever open your eyes underwater? Yeah, it's salt water.
Yeah, I've opened them.
It's not going to destroy your eyes.
No, but I've opened all my waters, but also you don't see far in Santa Monica.
You can't see far, but it's a good guide when you start seeing light. You're not surfing at night. Like,
no, I
open your eyes and start swimming in a direction where you see light. If not, the current under the water that can trick you a little, but you know the water's gonna go in and out,
Yeah.
in and out. You're not gonna try to go sideways, are you? You know you have to go one of those directions,
Yeah.
or up and down. Like it's not that hard.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like
Maybe it's complicated for some. I think it's a fear thing.
Yeah.
I think when you go under the, I know a lot of people that are terrified of the ocean just because of how deep the water is.
Yeah.
What the hell difference does it make how deep it is? You're not swimming in all of it. Like, you're swimming in a. Worry about what you have control over.
Yeah.
Don't worry about everything else.
So, but like when I got knocked down from the board, one, I'm not that
get
far.
up again. You're never gonna keep. No, sorry. My bad.
I'm not like one. I'm not that far from the shore to begin with. Like even if I've gone like that one time, we were like, "Yo, come further out,"
Yeah.
and I was
You
like,
gotta go further out,
and
though.
I was like, "Nah, that's mad deep." And then I stood, and it was like the water's like right here. It was like, "Oh, it's not that
Yeah.
deep." Like it looks far,
But that
the
was the thing. And I remember telling you right then and there, because we were, at first, I walked, put a little water on my board, make sure it's still grippy because of the wax. You're on there, like, already trying to balance on your board. I'm like, is this dude for real? I'm still walking to where I'm gonna get on my board, then start paddling out. I start finally paddling out where I know I could still get off my board and touch the sand.
Yeah.
I can touch the floor of the ocean. And you're like, nah, man, I think it might be deep. It's not deep, bro. That's fear.
Yeah, but also
It's
like
just fear.
like with me it's just like, all right, one, we grew up where the beach wasn't like readily available, right? Let's just say that.
Yeah.
I didn't, and it
We
wasn't.
went to the Lake Wells.
Yeah, but even I stopped going there when I was a kid though. Like,
Yeah.
So
We used to go to the shore all the time,
Yeah.
though, so.
yeah, but like like also there's sometimes that you walk on the water.
Dirty jers.
Yeah. When you walk on the water and like, oh, not on water.
Jesus, bro.
Yeah. You didn't know?
You see walking on the water, bro?
What you do? What you do is you put on some on clouds and then you walk on the.
I don't know what that is.
Those are running sneakers. You ever seen them?
No.
Oh, they're like for people with foot problems like me.
I use my 10-toe turbos.
So this thing, you like when you walk, sometimes like you don't notice it, right? But you'll be like, it'll just be like.
You still walking on
calf.
Water?
No, you're walking
Damn,
like
you're
into the
talented.
water. Amongst other things, yes. It's only when I put my hair down.
Oh.
Then it's like the sky opens up.
Yeah, you know
the light
they
comes
did a
down.
study on Native American men when they went into the military. Obviously, they grow their hair long, right? It's part of their tradition. It's part of who they are. They did a study based on their hair length as to how they feel if they're able to perform tasks to a greater ability when their hair is longer or shorter.
Good.
The study found that they performed better with longer hair. So they started saying that they shouldn't, like, you know how in the military there's a requirement for everybody to have their hair a certain length, their nails a certain length, wear their uniform a certain way. So they just started letting them wear their hair whatever way they wanted to, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Do you think that also plays into the theory of like Samson?
It all comes from somewhere.
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying that it's true. I'm not saying that it's not true, but it does come from somewhere.
I'm like the reverse Samson. Like if I cut my hair, I get skinny, and you've never seen me with long hair, skinny, bro.
Nah,
And
that's
so
the opposite, yeah. That's funny. That is true.
You've never seen me with Because every time I cut my hair short,
You
I get
have to
skinny.
break the mold then. You have to break that cycle.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. If
You have
not,
to break that cycle, man. Don't try. Don't try.
just do.
I'm gonna try. Trying ain't shit, bro. Do it. If you fail, do it again. Do it. If you fail, do it again. That's it. I'm gonna try. Hate when people say, "I'm gonna try." All right, bro. You're
That's
gonna
like-
try.
that's like
Sure
when somebody-
you are.
You know, that's like.
I'll hit you up later. Okay.
Yeah. That's like. I'm gonna let you know. Right? When somebody says, "Hey, I'm gonna let you." Oh, can you come by this week? Yeah, I'll let you know.
Help you over there.
That's a definite no.
Yeah.
For anybody who's ever
Just say no, right? Just say no.
like some people don't know how to accept that.
What?
I mean, something like say you ask me something and instead of me saying like, "Oh, I'll let you know," right? And already in my head, I'm already planning that I'm not going.
Yeah.
And just being nice, right? And I would say no. The other person in the receiving end doesn't know how to accept the fact that somebody just says no.
I feel like it'd be easier to just tell a person, nah, man, I'm not going to do that. Like, yo, can you come through? No. Why do I have to give you a story behind it?
Like, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Explain myself.
But I think like as a society, we've accustomed ourselves to conditioned, yes, to be like, oh, okay, like. But like growing up, that's always been the thing. Like especially in the East Coast.
I used to love what Manny would do to you on the phone. Because you hate getting off the phone with people. You have this thing where when you're wrapped in a conversation with someone,
not like that anymore, bro.
All right, we got to go. All right, cool. But real quick, no, we got to go. You would try to fucking get off the phone. My bad. You would try to get off the phone with you, and you would just keep the cycle going. So Manny would be like, all right, yeah, shut the fuck up. And he'll just hang up on you. That shit was funny to me.
Or that. Or he used to be like, oh, you know my friend Tone?
And just hang up. That's a good lesson to teach somebody, though. I told you I got to get off the phone, and you're telling me, but real quick? No real quick. I told you I'm getting off the phone. That's it. I don't have to explain anything. I don't have to listen to anything extra. I'm getting off. Click.
But like through the years, though, I'm like both though. I could be very long-winded.
Yeah.
Or I can just be like, all right, bro. Like, I'm getting off.
I do the same. Not when I'm talking to a person over the phone. I don't like being on the phone.
I know.
I hate being on the phone. I'll talk to somebody on FaceTime because I could see them. I feel ridiculous walking around like, who are you talking? I don't know. I've just never been comfortable.
Oh, but I rarely put the phone to my ear. I always have like the Bluetooth thing.
Even still, if I have it on speaker and say I'm in my garage, the garage door's open, I'm sitting here talking to this phantom voice. I feel weird, man. I like to talk to people face to face. Like, that's how I interact. Yeah. I want to see your experience. Like, I can't. If I interpret a person's text message, I know how I would have said that. I know how I would have sent that message. So when I read it, I'm like, wait a minute. Are they saying it like I would? Are they saying it like they're trying to say? I don't really know how to interpret it. If I see a person say their words to me, it's different. Yeah. When you text message something, there's a lot of room for interpretation. Yeah. All right, cool. That could be like, all right, we're cool, or all right, cool.
Yeah, that's just like the you good?
Yeah. You good?
The guys
you good, son?
The guys at work, they clown me. They're like, is that real? I'm like, yeah, that's real. Like in New York, that can mean many things. It can mean we're about to go. It's about to go down, right?
Yeah, that or what's good.
Oh yeah,
like,
that.
What's good?
Yeah, or it means like just a regular like, hello, yo, you good? Yeah, I'm good. It was good. But I remember like when I first moved out here, somebody asked me that, and I turned around, I was like, what? And then I realized like in my head I had to process it. I'm like, oh, you're not back
New
east,
York, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny because sometimes I see somebody like the older guys at work and they know about it. Like, you good? You straight, bro?
The little things that people say. It's every little place that I've been to within the States. They all have their own little like way of speaking. Their own little dialect. Their own little slang. It's strange. They all have different handshakes. Just like, I'm going to shake your hand like a regular person now. I can't keep up with, is there slap and a dab? Is it like that? Do we have to hug? Like, nah. Here. Oh, no, you don't do that? Cool.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'll go fuck myself. Put my hand back in my pocket.
When I was working on the dock, when I first moved out here, and some dude was like, yo, fool. And I was like, bro, you're gonna have to stop calling me fool, bro, because I don't know who you calling a fool, but it ain't me. Yeah. I just realized this is how they talk.
Fool, or they say
dog, hey dog.
What are you huhing so much? You like that, huh? Like, are you asking me? Are you telling me you like that? It's like you telling me I like it, but then you're like, Does that make it a question afterwards? Because a person will say that and then just like walk away. Like, did you want an answer? Did you not? It's confusing.
It's funny too. So like there's some guys that be, there's one dude I work with, and every time I walk into the break room, he sees me. He's like, "Beast Coast," and I'm like, "You know it." I was like, and then everybody's prideful over here about being in the West Coast. And I was like, "This place is trash." And you can just be like, oh, it'll be like 30 heads inside there, like, oh, bro, why you talking crap? And all these places are shithole.
Places are dump.
But
that's cool. I like it out here, man.
No, I do. I enjoy it out here.
Think about it this way: you turn this place to your home. You were raised in New York, but this is now your home.
I heard a saying. It was home is where the toilet is, bro.
What?
Meaning, like, wherever you feel comfortable. Like, where you ever feel like, well, with you go anywhere, especially with the door open.
With the door open, too, son.
But what I'm saying is, like, yeah, you make it what what you want it to, where you want it to be. Like, New York will always be, like, the place I grew up. I love New York, but every time I've gone back, I realize it's not part of me anymore.
Yeah.
There's like a part of me that like is there, but it's like I'm 2 years shy of 10 years of living out here, and it's just like, I enjoy it, but I've also like every time I go back, I just don't find that excitement isn't there anymore.
Nah.
And I think it's just because like people move on, and then you also have like you're not doing the same things you like. That's an old you. So that's a different chapter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my party side.
Season of you.
Yeah, like, when I moved out here, I remember I went to a bar out here, like, my first year that I lived out here. And I was like, oh, I haven't been to the bar already in, like, 2 years before I moved out here. So I was like, this ain't my scene. Like, I'm done with all that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like...
It doesn't help that bars out here closed at 2. Like, what is this for, like, children?
2? Yeah. Bro, that day they last call was like 11:30, and I was like, "What am I gonna do with the rest of the night?" Yeah. I've just learned to. Odd. Yeah, I hate the fact that
made it easy to not party out here. I still partied, obviously.
Yeah.
But it made it easier not to, because it wasn't like back east where you're partying to 5 in the morning.
Yo, at Bar 9 we used to, or French Quarters, they used to last call was 4:30, 4:45. 5 o'clock, it was everybody, people going to work, and we were on our way home. Like, so it's just out here, like
different time though, right?
Yeah. You appreciate where you're at. I think it's like when somebody ventures out from what they're comfortable, like what they know, they experience life a little bit differently, and they get to like enjoy it a little bit more. Like, there's like I'm fond of people who just pick up and leave, or just like. Oh, I know you go camping, but you go real camping.
Yeah, I don't camp in an RV. That's not camping, bro.
You go real camping.
You send me out into the woods with some sticks, a knife, a lantern, and a backpack. I'm good, bro.
I like you are legit with that. Like, and I haven't done that yet, but I do want to do it. And just because like I've been on the road, like my job is I'm on the road, bro. Like. The other day, they sent me to Blythe, and instead of going back up to Kettleman or whatever, so I forgot how there's nothing to see going to the border of Arizona.
There's everything to see.
Well, yeah, but like when you're driving a truck, there's
everything.
You're just like seeing just 2 lanes, like there's not.
So then you're not looking in the right
place.
Oh no,
bro. Trust me, bro. I've seen, especially Desert Center. That's the spot to go, but like. For some reason, like I was like, man, I forgot how like this run used to be, where I used to feel like super tired because I would just zone out. You get that like tunnel vision, you see just 2 lanes, and you're just like driving for a while, like crap.
I think about doing something like that from time to time, 'cause not for nothing, bro. I've enjoyed working with people, but I realize that like in all the professions that I've had, it's always been public service. You start realizing that you can't help people that don't want help.
Yeah.
People that don't want to help themselves, they come to you for like, I don't know, for you to baby them, I guess. And I don't have, I guess, the patience for that. Like I'm at a point in my life where I'm just, no, I don't want to deal with yours. I got my own life to worry about. I'm trying to take care of me. you're a grown adult, like 30, 40 years older than me, that still doesn't know how to take care of yourself. And I'm supposed to teach you how to live your, like, it just seems weird. That's like me trying to teach your dad how to live his life.
Yeah.
He already lived his life.
Yeah.
How am I going to give you pointers about how to live your life when you know more about it than I do? Maybe you've experienced less things. Maybe you haven't put yourself out there as much, but you still lived longer than me. You've survived longer than me. You have to pick something up along the way. I'm supposed to sit here and tell you what to do with your life? And if that's the case, by that point, am I going to be able to change you? Not that I'm trying to change you, but I'm trying to instill like a different way of you being, how to take care of yourself, for example. You can only do so much for a person without them doing for themselves. So sometimes it's just like, yo, you should just become a long haul trucker so you don't have to deal with people. But I don't want to be like, end up in like some motel on like a rest stop in a sex dungeon, strapped up to some wall in a Roach Motel, bro. Toy box killer or whatever that guy's name was. Nah, man, I ain't trying to end up like that.
The thing is, like, all right, so in my job,
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of serial killers that are truck drivers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
100%, bro. 100%.
I think it's, well, I forgot who. I think somebody told me that they knew somebody, or like their friend's dad was a trucker, and some like he had like his dad went to like some truck stop, and he saw like, you know, some of these guys, they deck out there, like they trick it out, right?
Yeah.
And this guy, like, he went, he was like, oh, this is your truck, and he was like, oh, yeah, I'll show you the inside, and he was showing him the inside, and then he got like an eerie feeling, and he just like left. And then like a month later in the news, it was like, oh, that guy was like a serial killer or some shit.
Yeah,
like
he
that.
Almost got bumped. He would have woken up chained to the wall with a butt plug in him.
I can't. I don't know the full story, but I can't remember. That's creepy though.
I'm good.
And
I don't play that.
Them lot lizards be out walking around.
I don't play that.
Nah, see, like I don't do over the road, so I'm home every night.
I would enjoy not like having to deal with people like that. That for me, that seems peaceful.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd probably get into a traffic accident from staring up at the sky though, like trying to drive like this.
Yeah, I don't
and
deal with
daydream a lot, so that could be dangerous.
I don't really deal with a lot of people, so it's just, you know, my interactions when I'm picking up the set and then coming back. So it's cool like that. But like
your blood set, Crip set, what's that? You
nah,
pick him up?
Bro, my FedEx set. We rap that purple hard, bro. I just, that to me, that's one of those
saying
things.
that, bro. They didn't sponsor you.
They
you ain't getting funds from them.
They didn't. I don't know what that place is gonna be when I leave.
Oh yeah,
you know how people say that.
Oh yeah,
you know how people say that.
Right, it's gonna fall apart just because you're gone.
I love hearing that from people. I love hearing that from people. When it's a big company, like, this place would be nothing without me.
Sure, buddy.
And the CEO's laughing like, you're just a number.
Everybody is though.
Yeah, we'll give you a watch and then walk you to the door.
Some people get fired like right before they retire.
Usually, that's usually like so they don't know how to pay out like the pension or something like that.
Oh, you know what? We've never spoken about on camera. What's our point? What's our purpose? Speaking of which, working for a company, what are we doing as a human race? What's our goal? What do you think you're doing with your life?
While I'm there, not living my dream.
Not living your dream. That's for sure. But what's our goal as a human race? What the hell are we doing on this planet? What do we do on this planet? Besides destroy it, besides take all of its resources.
Yeah, I know.
What are we doing? Like, what's our goal? What's the end game of us as a species? Like, what are monkeys doing? They just exist?
Well, they just hit their Stone Age, right? They just started using tools.
I suppose. I don't know. I haven't had conversations with any monkeys. They haven't told me anything. What's our purpose? What do you think our purpose is? Mine's simple.
What's your purpose?
I think we're here to take care of our planet. I'm not a tree hugger per se, but I do hug trees from time to time. I love where we live. I love the planet. I love
yeah.
being in nature. There's nothing that I don't know. I feel like the things that we've needed as a species, we have. It's there. It's here for us. Like, there's no need for somebody to regulate what we eat, what we take as medicine, what we don't consume. Like, why is somebody else telling us how we're supposed to live our lives? Like, even still, when we do work for these giant corporations or whatever, what's the point of that? What are we getting at?
We're just helping them.
We're making more. We're making more shit.
Yeah, more junk. But we're
like we're on this cycle of constantly like how many cars has the company, for example, Ford, made since its inception?
Yeah, I don't know.
How many cars do you need to make? How many cars do we need on this planet? What's the goal, man?
But this is like
what's the goal?
That's what I was telling you on another episode. Just like people's like, you know, that sense of validation and their vanity and stuff like that. Like people want what they don't need.
Yeah.
And that's what we like. You know what my favorite thing is, and I seen somebody write this too recently, was like the wokest people, and I hate using that term.
Yeah.
Are talking about saving the planet, but they got the newest cell phone, and like you didn't realize that some little kid was in almost died trying to get you gold parts for the inside of your phone. Like I like my stuff, I like my technology, but I also know like not to take things for granted. Also, like a lot of this stuff will go away tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have an attachment to a lot of these things. Like
it's weird to think that we do though. Like from the beginning of time, when we started walking on this planet, we wanted to make things easier for ourselves, I would assume. Mm-hmm. I would assume that was the goal. We want to make our lives as comfortable as possible. For us not to have to worry about, I don't know, being consumed by a tiger or something in the wild. So we made ourselves homes. Cool. We used to make ourselves homes out of sticks and leaves and just random stuff that's provided by nature. Then we started getting a little bit more in depth with like cutting 2x4 and slapping up drywall and putting in insulation. Like we started getting more into our technology, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But where does it go from there? Do we just continue to make more crap? Like we have everything we need already. What else do we need? If anything, we need less stuff now, not more. Yeah. So what's the goal? What are we trying to accomplish? What do you think that is? Because I keep asking you.
No, I know you keep asking me. I can't give you that answer because I understand your point of view, and I understand that that's like ideally as a society we should be all thinking like that in the sense like, yo, you can live as a minimalist per se, right? Like, but that's not what we're conditioned to. Like, because you're conditioned to see the latest item. Now you gotta get it. Now you got like there's these things.
Why do you it's a good ploy. Like advertising is a good ploy to get people to continuously buy crap that they don't need.
Yeah. Speaking of that, right? Let's just a little segue. That's like with that show that you told, Dope Sick. Mm-hmm. Where like they're marketing like this medicine, and they were like, "But what does it heal?" And they're like, "Everything. It heals everything." And then now you have an opioid pandemic.
I told you would enjoy that.
Yeah,
show.
It's so crazy, bro.
Doesn't it apply to what's happening now, though?
Yeah,
dude, they're selling you something that you don't actually need. Like,
that's that one up there.
Oh, okay.
This one's almost.
They're selling you something that you don't need. They're like. I'm not saying that they're making up conditions for people. There's a condition for everything now, apparently. I just feel like that's another way of labeling something. They're just making a new word for something else.
But I think also like I agree with you, right? I'm seeing it as in the point of like what society has been taught is different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
our cultural conditioning makes us believe that we're supposed to
have the latest.
Grow up, go to high school, graduate high school, get a college education. After college, I don't know, go for a master's, a doctorate, whatever the case may be, so you can get this job working for a company that doesn't give a crap about you. Like, it's just, what's the goal of that? Like, if you're raised to believe that that's what you're supposed to, a lot of people go off and get married, have kids, do a bunch of stuff, and when they hit like 30, 40, 50 years old, they're like, wait a minute, I didn't actually want any of this crap.
Yeah.
Why did I do any of this?
So it's crazy, right? If you, I've asked, and I ask a lot of people where I work too, like all of them have the same answer, where it's like, oh, I don't want to be here to retire.
Yeah.
It's
why are
like,
you here?
And that's right. Like, but why are you here? And it's just kind of like we get caught with this idea of like, I got bills to pay, and it's like, but why not find something? Like, I'm in the middle of this, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm putting myself also in this situation where I'm like, I have to ask myself, do I want to be here for the next 10, 15 years and retire? Because all I'm noticing at this point is injury or death.
Yeah.
There's no happy retirement
Yeah.
In my job.
Yeah.
And like, I realized that this past week, right? I realized like, oh, first off, I could come in tomorrow and this job would be gone. They could say, George, give me your keys.
Yeah.
It was nice. Be on your merry way. I have a plan. I'm working on stuff. But I also have a plan in case, I have a backup plan in case that doesn't work for the time being. I don't see myself there longer than 2 years. From
FedEx,
here.
I hope you're listening to this. He's planning on leaving you.
They're gonna pull me into the office and be like, "We saw this clip. Can you explain this clip to us?" And then I'm gonna have to be like, "Look, sir,
You know you don't want to be here. You don't want to be here either.
Yeah.
You're in this position because you fell into the same rat race that everybody else does. It's odd.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to what you just said. I have bills to pay. Do you? Let me enter.
No, I know you're not asking me personally because I already know. Like, I looked at my job. First off, there's always been that thing. Remember I told you like some school called me and they were like, "Oh, you're not coming?" And I was like, "No," like to go check it out.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "You know what the job is? It means just over broke." And I just laughed and I hung up. But that stayed with me. That stayed with me for a long time. Like
just over broke.
like they pay you to just
What? So your career makes you rich, right? If a job makes you just over broke, your career is supposed to make something. It makes you rich. Does money make a person rich?
no.
No, not at all.
But see, here's the thing though.
Not at
you
all.
and me think differently. The average person is looking at in the sense of like, I need this to define what being rich means.
I can't.
No, ask an everyday person that is not looking beyond the walls of their job.
Yeah.
Right? They think somehow I'm gonna get rich, or they'll say,
Not
I'm gonna
working
play
9 to 5 for
I
this
know,
regular ass
Okay, so
company.
for example, my job pays me very well. I cannot deny that.
But are you going to be rich working at your job?
No.
What's going to end up happening? Are you bouncing around in your truck forever? Besides a spinal cord injury.
No, but that's why I said like there's nothing good in the end of that road. There's
Yeah.
either injury or death. There's no. I haven't seen like there's people who probably made like a decent living.
Yeah.
Different times.
That ended up with their own truck company. And even still, some of those people are people that didn't graduate high school. Didn't get a college degree. Didn't do any of that crap. Like you're made to believe that you need to do these steps to get somewhere. Check off these boxes or take this 1, 2, 3, 4 steps at a time to get to whatever miraculous goal whoever they is, they've picked for you.
So
like,
check this
what's
out.
the ultimate goal? Work till you're in your 60s, your body's broken, your spirit's broken. Then you get to retire to do what?
So
Sit
check this
down,
out.
not enjoy life.
Some people
and die.
Some people don't even retire at the usual age of 65.
Yeah.
There was a guy that worked there that was 72, 73.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I don't want to be doing that at that age.
I'm not. I'm definitely not. I'm not working for any company when I'm 60.
Yeah.
At all.
So like I have a dream that I'm
That one day.
yeah. But like this coffee business is my dream, right? This is what I'm going for. Not everybody has something to look like. I've talked to some people and they're like, my dad was a driver. I grew up. I looked up to him, so I became a driver.
Yeah.
I get that. There's nothing.
It's a family thing.
Yeah,
That's
like you
people
enjoy.
with military, people with the medical profession. Yeah.
Like I don't no hate on that. But there's some people like, oh, I just out of high school I started working here, and then I became a driver, and this is.
And now you're trapped.
And there's no aspiration to like leave to do something more.
Big wheels keep on turning. Soul sucking.
And it's like granted, like everybody makes a decision to be where they're at. They have you and me had a conversation when I first started working there. And I was like, "There's this dude been working at this spot for 25 years, and he looks like he was just an older guy. And he looked like he was like death was knocking, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that sucks. And you're like, no, because he made that decision. He stayed there. Like he could have picked up his stuff and gone.
Why do you think he was there? Like, what do you think convinced him? Do you think it was a comfort thing?
Oh, yeah, so
do you think he just got used to being in the position that he was in? He was comfortable getting, I don't know, his minimum raises whenever they get their raises. He's just, all right, I could live life like this.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that's the case, or do you think he was there out of necessity?
Yeah.
I have 15 kids that I have to support, and this is the only job that I could have that'll help me support these kids.
So
these kids that I didn't want, that I had because I was told I was supposed to have kids in a family.
So there's this thing, right? Like I said, there's people who just don't move forward because they're comfortable. And I think that comfort is a disease. Comfort will destroy anybody's dream.
Yes. Yes.
It'll destroy your dream. It'll
Yes.
destroy. You could be in a bad relationship. Comfort will put you. Being comfortable will leave you to the worst places. You have to learn how to be. You have to learn how to be comfortable in being uncomfortable. In that sense, like I hate using that word to describe being uncomfortable. And when I say uncomfortable, it's not that you're uncomfortable, that life is giving you hell. It's you got to learn how to appreciate the tough times, because that's when you know who you are. Mm-hmm. That allows you to be like, I can pick myself from wherever I'm at and move forward.
Yeah.
And like people don't realize that till they got nothing left, or their back is completely against the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's a good feeling too, though.
But
when your back is against the wall, you're like, all right, you know what? You only have two options.
So I look at that like order does not exist without chaos.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's the embrace the suck. Like people have to I'm not saying enjoy the tough moments, but have a good know that when shit hits the fan, you can sit and cry, or you can just shrug it and keep moving forward, because some days it works and some days it doesn't. Mm-hmm. There's been many times where I'm like, oh, that's, for example, so this sounds stupid, right? I misplaced my motorcycle key.
Yeah.
I only had one key.
Oh, I got a good one for you.
So, right, I'm scrambling around, but this time it was different. This time it was completely different. I'd be freaking out, right? So this is before I went on my little meditation journey, right? Mm-hmm. I found myself finally just saying shit happens. I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna go up to Dick's Sporting Good where I was at.
Yeah.
If I don't find it, I'm just gonna go and pay for it. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do. Yeah. It's gone. And then what's gonna happen? I'm probably gonna get it, and one day it's gonna fall from the table that I looked 100 times at. I realized we put so much of emphasis on stuff that really is just
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Crap.
Yeah, and I finally it clicked where I'm I was very whatever with a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
If it hits the fan, whatever. But then I realized for every ending there's a beginning, and for every bad moment there's a good moment.
Yeah.
And it's a cycle.
Just transitions. There's no, I don't know. I don't see things as good or bad. Things are just the way they are.
It's so in editing there's a thing when you do fade in, fade out, that's usually called the cross dissolve. Mm-hmm. So when you see it, it looks like an X. So when you it's fading in and it comes out to the next scene or whatever. Yeah. And that's pretty much what life is. You had those fade in and fade out
They're
moments.
Just transitions. Yeah. Recently, on my keys, there's 3 buttons. One to unlock the car, one to lock the car, and one to pop the hatch. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, when I get in the car sometimes, I'll hit the button that pops open the hatch. If I'm driving down the street hitting bumps, my car is lowered, the hatch will just start bumping around. It's not going to open, but still it can't be good for the latch. You're just slapping around there. So before I got out of the car to, like, well, when I heard the actual button click, I thought I heard the latch open up.
Yeah.
Before checking, like a dummy, I just assumed, I was like, the latch is open. I got to go check the latch. I have a 5-10 minute window. If I don't leave right then, I drive an hour for work to get to work. If I don't leave at that time, I'm going to end up late to work. If I end up late to work, somebody's going to be breathing down my neck, telling me, oh, this is your third lateness, or whatever the case may be. I don't want to hear that. I really don't want to hear that. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to get out of the car. I'm going to push the thing down. So the Z has heavy doors. I don't know if it was designed that way on purpose. Mm-hmm. If you open the doors, they won't stay open. You know how some cars, you can push the door all the way out and the door stays like that? The door on a 350Z, it just slams back, always slams back. I get out of the driver's side to go check it. The door slams. It wasn't clicked because it opened. I clicked it and locked all the doors. So when that door slammed closed, I locked my keys in the car. My phone is connected to the radio in there through Bluetooth, and I listen to music relatively loud. So it's blasting dubstep music. It's 6 a.m. My garage door is open. The phone's in the car. I can't lower the music. I can't do anything because the car is running. The keys are in the ignition. It's blasting dubstep, and it's early in the morning. So I'm like, great. Now I lock myself out of the car. I have a certain amount of time to get into my car. I've broken into many cars in my day. So I feel confident that I'm going to be able to break into the car. But I gave myself this timetable. And right as I'm looking for the different things that I'm going to use, what I had in hand was a piece of wood. I had a little metal wire that goes to one of Bronx's like cages. Whenever we go camping somewhere far, if there's a bunch of dogs that we go with together, we'll put them together there at night so they could just sleep in there together. And they're little, kind of like their den amongst one another, and we all sleep in our tents by ourselves or whatever. So I took one of those wires. I'm like, all right, I'm going to wedge the piece of wood in the window, and I'm going to use the wire to grab the latch and pull it to see if I can unlock the door that way. Before I find all of my stuff, I'm already stressing out. I'm like, damn, I'm not going to have enough time. I'm not going to have enough time. And then I go back to the thought process that time's just a construct, bro. Like, what does it matter if I'm late to work? Who cares if I'm late? Who cares if they say something to me? What matters is that I don't sit here breathing this damn emissions that are coming out of my car with the damn garage door locked so people can't hear the dubstep.
I got two things, right?
I broke into the, needless to say, I broke into the car within time, but by the time I broke into the car, before starting, I was stressing out thinking, damn, I only have a certain amount of time to break into the car. By the time I broke into the car, I was like, who gives a shit how long it takes me to break into it? The important thing is I get in the car, I'm able to turn it off, I'm able to get to work. If I'm late, who cares? What are they going to do, fire me? Guess what? I was looking for a job when I found this one. It's just a job.
So there's two things, right? Like, the night, I worked the day.
You don't pay me enough anyway.
The day before my birthday, I was at work. And on the way up, unfortunately, there was a fatality, like an accident. And I'm not saying normally I'd be like, damn, man, I'm running behind. But, like, you know, when you get stuck in traffic, like, there's dead stop. And you're like,
stressful sometimes.
And you're like, damn, I'm going to be here for hours now. But it was like, I thought about it and I'm like, somebody's not going home tonight.
Yeah.
Like, I get to.
Oh my God, my world is shattered.
Yeah.
Because I'm stuck in traffic, yet this person lost their life.
You know, and it's kind of stuff. Sometimes it's stuff like that. It puts things in perspective. Where you're like, you can be stressing about something, but like, yo, somebody has to get a phone call, or you know, their relative passed, or like, and I just looked at it like, you flow with life, man. Just let it be.
Yep.
And then it's crazy because
water, my friend.
yeah. But like. Even like for example, like my job, they've been closing the trailers late, super late. So I just stroll in 15 minutes late, just because it allows me to have more time on the back end to travel, like on the way back. Like, you kind of got to think that way, because if not, I'm gonna get screwed over. Like
Yeah.
I'm shooting myself in the foot. So I start showing up like 8:15, 8:20, and I'm supposed to clock in at 8:15. I'm not coming in at 9 o'clock. I'm coming in like 5-10 minutes later.
Yeah.
And then I'll clock in, and then my trailers are not ready for 2 hours. Like, but then, like, the day that I decide to go like a minute or two over those like 5 minutes, my phone's blowing up. Where are you? You've been ready since 7:30, and I'm like, what do you want me to do, bro? I'll get there when I get there, because
it's on their time.
Yeah,
it's always gonna be on their time.
You're gonna hit me up to tell me that I need to get there. I get there, and then all of a sudden, an hour and a half goes by, and I'm sitting in my truck doing nothing. Granted, I'm getting paid for it, but like,
I'm not gonna complain getting paid to not do nothing.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's also like dumb. Like, don't hit me up to tell me to be there if I know I'm gonna be there at this time, and you guys are never prepared. Like they put me into the office, and they're like, oh, they say you're getting here late in the morning. Like, do you see what time they close those trailers at night? Anybody can get here. Oh, I mean, like, what do you want me to do, bro? Like, I'm working with what you're giving me. So, like, don't sit here and try to play me that I'm robbing time when you guys are screwing me over to begin with. So, like, that's why when it comes to, like, I have a limit. When I work at places all my life, I said 5 years is my limit.
Yeah.
I'm 3 years overdue.
That's funny.
So, like, you know, I like, granted, I'm blessed that I have this gig, but.
Are you, though?
Yeah,
is your job a blessing? Think about why you have your job.
Yeah.
Why do you have a job? You have a job to make money to pay for things that you believe you need. You need food. You need shelter.
Yeah.
Do you need to live in this apartment to have a shelter?
No.
Do you need to make money to be warm? No, you could start a fire in the middle of the woods. Not saying to go up in the mountains and just start lighting random fires. You can survive
I get you.
without all of this crap.
Yeah. No, but when I say a blessing is also like, I got a gig that just worked out compared to like the other ones that I had and it's usually, check this out. This is funny to me. It's always those jobs that pay less that are like, you have the more fun in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think everybody's just like, whatever, bro. Yeah. Like, if I get fired, whatever.
But you see, I've always been that. No matter what job it's been, I never take it too seriously because I believe I have a different outlook on life than most people. But I don't take stuff as seriously as other people. I see people stressing the hell out over stuff at work. Like, just random little things. And I wonder to myself, like, yo, what is that person's home life like? Like, the stress that you have here, when you get home, are you as stressed there too? Like, do you take that work crap home with you?
A lot of people do. I'm guilty of that too. I've had times where I would come home with that, like, but then I realized it's not. Yeah, but then somebody has to come into a realization that that's not a way to live. Like,
what happens at work is work. You're not driving trucks here. You're not loading or unloading. Like, all of that happened there. You got paid to deal with that crap there. Yeah. So whenever something happens at work where that I might not necessarily agree with, or it's kind of irritating, I just stop for a second and I'm like, does this really matter?
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting paid to listen to this guy complain about whatever, XYZ. I just look at it like that. And the only reason why I'm getting paid to do this is because apparently I need money to pay for electricity, for water, for these four walls. Stupid crap.
I'm gonna tell you something off camera, bro.
Stupid crap.
That came to my realization.
Yo, if anybody out there wants to start up a cult, start up a commune somewhere where we don't have to work for money for big corporations, holla at me.
We're gonna take this message to Burning Man. Y'all want to go to Burning Man?
This dude, you're gonna meet a lot of hippies there. If there's still such things, I think hippies are just people, regular people.
No, I think we associate the idea of hippies with like 60s.
That was a term. That was a term that they coined for them. Yeah. Somebody always has to try to label you. You're a hipster. you're a hippie, you're I don't know, you're a goon, you're a thug,
You
you're
ever
a
seen
gangster.
that? I forgot her name.
Not a gangsta, Anna.
Classic movie. Shout outs to Eric. There's this I forgot her name, but she was on the Daily Show with Trevor Noah, and he was like, "You're a millennial." She
It's the Daily Show.
It was like a comedy, like a political comedy. Jon Stewart used to run it. You know who he is?
Yeah, I know who Jon Stewart is.
Yeah,
He is a comedian.
Yeah. But he's the one that used to host that show for like forever, and but it was the new guy. Well, he's not new.
Are those like the late night shows that they play?
Sort of, yeah. But it's like Jon Stewart was like that guy that like made fun of all those like news shows, like Trevor Noah's a little like on the like politically correct side where like
they have stuff. They still have stuff like that. I don't watch TV.
But I don't watch the Daily Show like it was before. Like it wasn't. I think Jon Stewart's always been that guy that just like broke that mold. Like it's not a late night show, a traditional late night show like Jay Leno and Stephen Colbert, and it's none of those. It's more like he makes fun of those type of like. And the guests weren't like sitting in a, like, you know how the traditional setup is like
they
a
have
desk.
a desk and they have like two chairs for people to sit in.
Yeah, it was a good show when he was running it. But like, there was this girl on there. I forgot her name, but she says something. She goes, "I'm a millennial. I don't like labels." And I was like, "What do you think a millennial is, you dumbass?"
You just labeled yourself. Yeah.
You know, but I just like. What do you think about like meeting judges in your life?
What do you mean?
A judge, like so.
What do you mean?
So a judge is like they're not angels, but they're just in the terms of the Bible, right?
Spiritual on me right now. Okay.
I feel like you already going in that direction, right? So a judge is like in the sense of the Bible, and like
what's the Bible?
Basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Yeah. When was the Bible written?
200 years after the death of Christ.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I find that strange.
I know.
If I die today, do you think you'd be able to like pass on my message to people in 200? I'm not Jesus.
No. Yeah,
I'm not saying anything like that.
Do
you find that odd? That somebody wrote this guy's story 200 years after his death?
But so check this out, because we got 10 minutes left. Time's
crunch time. Oh.
So check this out, right?
Time's a construct.
What was that I was saying? Now that I'm forgetting.
Judges. You're talking about judges, like Judge Judy?
No. Judges are
Judge Mathis?
like people like people that we're gonna say in the Bible, right?
Uh-huh.
Because the Bible's really just a book of morals.
Yeah. That's what I've always seen.
Because David was a scumbag.
I suppose.
He murdered his friend so he could marry his wife.
Yeah. But Cain also killed Abel. Right?
Yes, but
like,
it's a book of morals.
Siblings.
Yeah. So it's literally just like
morals, huh?
It's just to it's to teach you to be a better person, I guess. But that's with any like holy literature, right? Because Christianity is still a baby religion. It's not the oldest.
No.
You know, like, and we adapt a lot of stuff from paganism, but that's a story for another day, right? So judges are basically like humans that ask for favors. So like
that ask for favors?
Or like pray on for favors. So like Esther, if I'm not mistaken, Samson, he was a judge. Like there are people who do like these miraculous things that I guess you would assume that angels had the ability to do.
Yeah.
But they were just human. Do you believe in people passing in life? You meet people who are judges. I don't want to say miraculously, like I'm not gonna heal you with the touch, but like, do you think you meet people who have a significant like
impact on your life through the things that they do? Yeah, that can be seen as miraculous. The word miracle is just a word. Mm-hmm. It's just a word.
Yeah.
You can find a miracle in anything. Like silly enough, I take pictures of rainbows whenever I see them. I feel like there's something very miraculous about seeing rainbows everywhere. Mm-hmm. Somebody could break it down as simple as, oh, this is light refracting this way or whatever, separating. I get it, but I see a rainbow as something miraculous. Like if I'm having a bad day and I see a rainbow outside, it'll kind of make me smile. Like life's not. You shouldn't take life that serious. Like look at that.
Yeah.
Like this is a miracle you get to see. This is something you get to enjoy. Think about it this way: a blind person's never seen a rainbow. How miraculous is it for us to be able to be blessed to see them? So people,
gratitude.
Yeah, people can also have that impact on your life. Like, not necessarily they perform miracles, but something they might have done for you can seem like a miracle to you. So yeah, I do believe that.
People could. Yeah.
I guess you could consider. I don't know why they would be called judges though.
Yeah, this is that's
interesting.
Yeah, but that's like also like how we depict angels, and then if you look at a real depiction of what the angels were,
they look like weird
demons.
Monsters.
Yeah, they look like demons.
Yeah,
They're
look like little weird
hell?
monsters. Yeah, they're a ball of like there's a head here, a wing there, a tail there.
It's an eyeball with gears floating around.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a lot of different renditions of stuff like that, but it goes to show you, it's like the game Telephone. You're taking something that was written God knows how long ago now, and it's still supposed to apply to your life now. It's supposed to still be as relevant as it was back then. And this book was written, it was supposed to be the instructions of a person or the word of a specific person, whatever text you're reading. Supposed to be like morals for you.
Yeah.
All of them are supposed to be morals for you, how to live your life. But the way they're like pawned off on people and you have to listen to this person and this person's the head of this group of people and they have their little goons. Like, nah, man, I'm not with that.
Yeah. No, I was just like curious. Like I believe like you cross these people in your life that are like remember in The Alchemist when he meets Melchizedek and he gives him the stones and he's like that. You meet people like that along your journey in life that leave like some impact. There's people that I've met that I haven't seen them in years.
Yeah.
And I just, and I think about them like, I'm grateful to have met that person because they left such an impact.
That's like George's mother for me.
Yeah.
She gave me that little toy cat when I cried hysterically for 8 hours in HEP. Because I was trying to communicate with these kids and they couldn't communicate with me.
Yeah.
She gave me this little cat to make me feel comfortable. She brought me into her office, waited for my mom to come and pick me up. And that was it. Bro, this was how many years ago? I'm 37 years old. I still have this cat.
Yeah.
I don't hang out with her. I remember seeing her a few times while I was still at HEP, maybe a few times afterwards. But that little gesture lasted, for me, what I consider a lifetime already.
Yeah.
Like, I remember a person that didn't have to be kind to me that showed me kindness when everybody else was looking at me like, what's this little kid fucking crying about?
Yeah.
Like, they didn't understand that. For me, my world was, like, rocked in that moment.
Yeah.
Like, my mom just dropped me off with these random people that I don't know, trying to communicate with these idiots, and none of them know what I'm saying.
You were getting that.
I was freaking out.
That scene from the Superman movie. When he goes to school, he starts to freak out, and he has to go to into the janitor's closet.
Maybe I don't really remember the scene, but
you know that because remember when he comes to Earth, he's still like an alien. He doesn't like. There's a lot of things that don't apply to him because Earth's gravity and stuff like that, right? So then he goes to into class, and he's hearing like all the voices of the kids, and they're like. It's throwing him off, so he starts to freak out.
Okay.
And he goes into like the closet, and it's like his mom has to come and like comfort him. But like, yeah, because it's just a different world at that time, Like
you're a kid, man. You don't really like know what's going on.
Yeah.
For me, it was just a shock. My mom, I had never been in. I don't know what you would consider that a daycare. Is that
daycare.
A daycare?
Yeah, daycare.
So when she dropped me off, I was like, all right. I'm watching her take off. I'm looking around at these kids. I'm like, I've never been left with some random strangers. I go up to these kids trying to talk to them. I'm speaking a different language than them. They start, I don't know, laughing. Some of them are like poking, like pointing at me, poking fun. I just didn't know what was going on. So I started freaking out. I started crying. And this random lady calls me over, gives me this cat, comforts me. Yeah. And for the rest of my life, I realized, hey, something as simple as calling a person over, making them feel not safe, but making them feel comfortable
Comfort
in
that
an
moment.
uncomfortable situation. Yeah. She pulled me out of that, brought me into her little office, gave me this little stuffed toy cat to play with. I don't know if that was a gift to her. She just handed it over to me. Like,
But when you're a child, you have
that had a big impact on my life, dude. That showed, hey, don't be a dick.
But
if somebody's having a bad day, be nice to them.
That's that saying where it's like, hate is, you're not born with hate. It's something you're taught, and it's just like,
oh, daddy,
damn,
son. I got that boom boom pow. These chickens jogging my style.
Yeah, let's just end there real quick. Guys, thanks for listening. We had a battery die out on us, so
unprepared, unprofessional. See, that's what happens when you donate your time to a corporation that doesn't care about your time. You could have been donating your time to preparing your tools, your craft, the things you love to do, but instead, you waste your time at that job that doesn't care about you. Think about this, people. Think about this. Do something that you love, not something you're told what to do.
And that was a beautiful speech from
Shut up with your face.
with our resident podcaster.
Psychopath. Oh, yeah.
You are a psychopath.
Sociopath sometimes.
Yeah, but it's all love. Peace, guys.
Peace,
Thanks
love,
for listening.
and air grease.
And until next week.